So good evening, everybody. We're starting this Zoom session for the first one for 2024. So Happy New Year. I mean, the whole month I will continue saying wishing people Happy New Year. So Happy New Year to all. And we have today, I'm Laurence from Laurence Motivationals, and I'm representing as well Etiket CIC, which is a community investment company, based in Northampton, UK. And today what we're doing, we will be discussing a subject, a topic which is very important to all of us. And before I even jump into the topic, the reason why we're doing this is because in our society we have different issues that we are facing, and we want to support people in our community, to strengthen our community, focusing mainly on minority groups. And as you can see in the room at the moment, we have a panel who are willing to discuss and support us and help people share information. Some of them have experienced, the issues that we're going to talk about, and some of them work with people who are going through similar issues. Some of them just want to share, the knowledge. So the topic of today, which is part of a project that we're running, the project is to relieve stress for single parents. I can ask everybody to please mute yourself if you are not talking, and just unmute yourself when it's your turn to talk. And if you want to add or say something, you can raise your hand. I hope you are familiar with different options that you have. Before we start, I would like to introduce our panel, and I will start with Lady T. If you can say in 30 seconds something about yourself. Lady T, please, and where you are. So your name, where you are, and anything, in what capacity you come in, what hat you're using today.
Okay. All right. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Lady T. My real name is Toro, for those of you who care to know, but popularly known as Lady T. I'm a single mother of three boys, actually maybe two boys, because my eldest turned 18 today, so I should be out there partying, but I'm here. Yeah, so I'm based in Milton Keynes, and I'm a social worker. I've been frontline child protection safeguarding for almost 8 years, a trauma-informed coach, and also working with women in the community over here in Milton Keynes and across around, promoting resilience for single mom, promoting restoration and wholeness. So that's really another hat that I wear. So that's just me in a nutshell.
Thank you, Lady T. All the way from MK, Milton Keynes, am I right?
Yes, that's right.
I think you forgot something. That was about your counseling, the counseling that you're doing.
Yeah, that's right. So I did mention that I'm a trauma-informed practitioner and coach. So I work with women who've gone through trauma, and I'm currently also doing counseling. I'm on the verge of being a certified, UK counselor within the UK. So yeah, so that's another hat that I'm going to be putting on properly very soon.
Thank you for that. Now next is Rolist, please, your turn.
Hello, I'm Rolist. I'm based in Northamptonshire, and I have worked in sorry, somebody's on somebody's camera mic is on. Sorry, I've worked in public services for over 20 years, and currently I joined the community mental health team as an employment specialist, but I'm also currently working as a counselor. I'm a registered counselor, qualified early last year. So that's and I work with Mind and the Lowdown, which is charities that cater for 11 to 25 years old at the moment. So I've got 3 things ongoing or 4 things ongoing at the moment. So yeah. And experience, I've also been a single mom in the past. So this is a topic that I have a lived experience of single motherhood. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you to Cascade. Now, I will ask everybody to say not just the town where you are, but the country as well, because we have not just the UK on the line, so which is really fantastic. I really love when we go international. And I'm going straight to Joyce Bukasa, to you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mami Joyce, and I'm really glad to join this platform. Right now, I live in Canada, especially like in Edmonton. For those of you who know, it's almost minus 40 right now in the city. So we are freezing. Yeah, I'm a single mom. I have 2 teenagers. My daughter is 16, and my son is 14 years old. And I just recently changed career. I become a healthcare nurse, assistant nurse in the hospital, and I'm still going into the university pursuing my bachelor degree. So I'm really I'm a mother, I'm a single mom of 2, and I know I'm going through the process. And it was interesting when this topic came about, trying to research. It's interesting because I'm living it. And so this is really an easy topic for me to talk, and so I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
We are really, really blessed to have you, Joyce. Really having Canada on the line, and it's such a pleasure to have you. And you've made the time to join us on a Friday. I don't know how you did it, but you did it. That's another cascade of together. Now we have a man on the line on our panel, and so we're really pleased. So Mark, to you.
Hello there. My name is Mark Makumula. Calling from Corby, Northamptonshire in the United Kingdom. I'm a social worker by profession, working with children and families, mainly in the assessment team. I am a single dad. My daughter is 10. So yeah, I'm really glad to be on here. I would say I'm coming in like most of you, an expert experience, but at least from the male perspective on how experienced single fatherhood or parenting. I think
I'm going to mute some people if they don't mute themselves. So I'm going to ask them to mute. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So Mark, yeah.
So as I was saying, as an expert of platform and just share some of my experiences, how I've managed being a single dad, some of the challenges, and indeed some of the coping strategies that I've used throughout the journey and continue to do so. So yeah, I'm really glad to be here. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Now, Victoria, we have Victoria Dolly. I know you also busy. You want to say something very briefly?
Yes. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Victoria.
Hi, Laurence. Hi. I'm extremely busy looking after the kids tonight, putting them to bed soon, and I wanted to join in. I live in Northamptonshire. I'm a social worker, but I'm also a lawyer. I'm an unregistered barrister, and I was a single mother. I know exactly how difficult it is. I'm not a single mother at this time, but I know the struggles, that it's really difficult, but you do come out of it. But you can come out of it winning, So I was very interested. Laurence, thank you for inviting me. It's something it's close to my heart because I felt it, I lived it as well.
Fantastic. And I hope I've not forgotten anyone in my panelists. If I have, please raise your hand, let me know now. All I will say is this topic will be explored in more detail, so not just on the surface. So every month we'll have a Zoom meeting for the next 5 months, which will be May. So we'll have Zoom meetings, and we'll have also face-to-face events. There's one event on the 27th of January, which is on a Saturday. There will be events, different forms of event every month. So we also have professionals who are willing to provide, the services, which is really, really exceptional. Like Rolist is willing to, give some counseling sessions, even basic counseling sessions. Rolist, I don't want to raise your hand again for people to see who Rolist is. Lady T also is the trauma person who can really help if you need. We do have a bit of funding for that as well, for those who really need it, or somebody who if you need someone, someone who can benefit from that, please contact us. Our details will be shared at the end, but we're going straight into the topic and our questions. We give our panelists a chance to answer. Not all of them we answered all the questions. Some of them we answered some of the questions, and yet the others we just add to it. And at the end, we'll give everybody a chance to ask questions and also to share anything they want to share. We want to keep it very brief and very concise. But remember, this is just a 1 hour snapshot. We will have more opportunities, and please share with others. I just want to say a quick hi to Matilda. Matilda, hi, I know you're in Holland. Thank you for joining in. And I can see we've got David all the way from London. Tato, you were the first to join in, so I don't want to say a quick hi because we don't know you. And just tell us who invited you, or if there's any specific reason why you're joining in before we start.
All right. Hi, my name is Tato. I am from Johannesburg, South Africa. I got an invite.
Good journey.
Yes, Yapila. I got an invite from Marilu. I'm actually her new assistant. She'll tell you about me. So I'm also a single mother. I'm actually a guardian to a 13-year-old sister of mine. So we recently lost our mother, and I took on that responsibility. So I'm only 30 years old. So she's 13 years, and it's challenging. It's fun, but it has its moments, So I just thought that this webinar would be very relevant to what I'm going through at the moment. So thank you for having me.
Fantastic. And Marilu, when you talk about Marilu, Okoko, she's my sister all the way from South Africa.
Yes.
So I salute you, sister. Thanks for your support, and thanks for being your assistant.
Thank you.
Yes, I can see Maria, hola. Hola, Maria is also, a very good friend of mine. She's in Northamptonshire. She's not showing her face now, but hopefully she will at the end of the evening. We go straight into our question. The first question to our panelists, and the first one is ready for that. I'm not choosing any of you, but you will decide. So you've already introduced yourself. Share a specific experience or insight that has shaped your understanding of the challenges faced by single parents in stressful times. So who wants to be the first? Any experience you've had, any insight that shaped your understanding?
I can go first. I think for me, the challenge that I faced as a single parent was to try to co-parent with a father that I didn't really want to be active into my son's life, and added to the financial struggles, that was very, very difficult. I felt like I was hitting my head against a brick wall trying to raise this child and trying to minimize the impact of a separation. And this adult in the picture wasn't cooperating. So it was hard. And I think for me, I got to a point where I think we had an argument. That's my experience. We had an argument. My son was there, and I was like, "You're not going to see your son again." And then I turned around and saw my son's face. I was like, "No, this is my mess that I've created, and the child should not be punished because of that." And I think in that moment, I agreed that, okay, you can see your child every 2 weeks, although he wasn't paying any penny towards anything at all. I thought the damage of stopping my son seeing his dad will be even worse than that. So that's an insight that I gained personally as in that moment. I thought children are not responsible for the mess that adults create, and punishing the child, the person that get hurt more in those moments are children when they stopped seeing the other parent. And that's something that once I came to that realization, I was more at peace with myself. Just getting on with what I had to do.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Rolis. Can I just ask everybody if you agree or you want to sympathize with what somebody says? You have different options, isn't it? You can put a thumbs up or anything. And if you feel that it's just somebody's touching really what you're saying, you can also add in the chat section something, because not everybody will have a chance to speak. So let's use the chat section really well this evening. Yeah, so we have all those options. So I don't know if any of the panelists want to add anything or want to just say that is there anything that Rolis said that is definitely similar, but very short, very brief, please. You're on mute, Toro. Yeah, Lady T, you're on mute.
So sorry about that. Yeah, obviously the finances, the pressure around finances is so real. And for me, it was really about trying to combine my social work, because I had retrained from a different career. I was previously in HR and I'd retrained into social work, and the realization that, okay, I'm going to combine this work, and I do really need to do it because, again, I wasn't getting any financial support. So it was one of the best decisions I made for myself to go back to uni and retrain. And so it was really the difficulty of how do I combine this very challenging job. Yes, it's going to be rewarding financially and it's going to meet our needs, but how do I combine it without support? I mean, I had young kids, and we know a lot of single moms out there, have kids that they still need to actively parent and be part of their life. So it was really around support network. It really made me to realize that without support, without having a strong and reliable support network, it's going to be very, 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 very difficult. And yeah, I mean, I was very privileged that I have a support network, but a lot of them were quite far away. I had families in London. And so I began to see how, okay, I was going to change things around where I was locally to work for myself. But yeah, that was a big insight for me. And obviously as a social worker, I see it every time I'm working with single parents who have no support network, and it's always a drag. I'm sure the other social workers can testify to that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. Anyone else want to add something? Because I'm going to pass to the next question soon. Yeah, who wants to say something? Mark and Joyce want to say something. So who will start? We go for Joyce first, because she's all the way from Canada. Yes, let's go, Joyce.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, like the financial point she mentioned is very important. Like for me, it was trying to to have multiple arts, like trying to respond to the attention, what my children are asking me, what the society is expecting, and a big one was the guilt. What did I do? I'm a divorcee, I'm a Christian, I'm supposed to, what did I do to my children? Because I will look at them, I'm like, no, they didn't ask to be born. So that guilt, because all of us, we want to be appreciated, admired by everybody, you are a good mom, you are a good Christian, you know this, why did you do this, how come, we do fire prayer, we cast out demon, all that, but why did my marriage fail? At the midnight hour, when you are on your own, you ask yourself question, was night not pretty enough, or that not all kind of stuff, but finding peace within myself, forgiving myself, and then I was able to face some challenges. So the first one I did was just try to kind of upgrade my academic, and every step you go, you find some challenges. I'm like, you know what, I can do it. You try to encourage yourself before you go even to and also be vulnerable to speak to other people in the community, because if you are not vulnerable, you don't show any, you keep showing strength, people will look at you as if you are a man. Like, so they will think, oh, she can do it, they will not help. So if I need like someone to help me with daycare, or if someone bring me food, I take it. They bring me clothes, sometimes it's your pride that is, shaken. But for me, trying to reach out has been and like forgiving myself, finding peace within myself, and accepting help from others have been really good, have been keys for me in my journey so far. Thank you.
Thank you. By the way, you're very beautiful, so let someone tell you otherwise. Mark, to you.
Yeah. Yeah. For myself, I think the biggest challenge was right at the beginning. And I think it's often the case when parents separate right at the beginning, when the emotions are still really raw and hot. And when there's children involved, I think they're almost put in the middle as pretty much as a trophy for the other. So kids are put in the middle, and as Mami was saying in the end, that at the end of the day, these kids did not choose to be born, but we've got to be very reasonable parents. Being a man, black man, my daughter is mixed race. So, a challenge in many ways, in the sense that ideally, at the beginning, I wanted to have my daughter with me straight away and stuff. But then, because the laws of the land also say, well, the primary carer has got to be mom, so obviously I had to move out of the house. And some of the challenges that I faced, as I said earlier on, when emotions were still hard and raw, meant that the contact with my daughter was very much shortened. It was very much time prescripted. I was not a bad dad. I don't think I have been, but I think that was the initial challenge. Although there is light at the end of the tunnel when all the emotions have died down and people are now able to kind of reason and think, you get to the place where you're able to co-parent very well. And I think once everything is said and done, when people are moving on and accepting that this is the situation, come to think of it, being single parent or actually co-parenting is actually very beneficial for the children in the end, when parents do start to get on very well. And you find that in my situation, for example, sometimes it will be a holiday with dad, and then mom takes on another holiday as well, and then so they end up having double whammies, double Christmases, double Easters and stuff like that. But you can get to that place. But what it all requires is people being able to put their differences aside and realizing that actually we can co-parent and we can live in harmony moving forward. So in a nutshell, that's been my journey. I think I'll give the platform to other members, but we'll talk about how it has been, in terms of being a man and expressing emotions, because not many men really want to talk about how they're feeling, because you always go out there and people tell you, be a man, man up, man, and when you cry as a man, you be thought of, you're being weak or you're being under. But going through a divorce or a separation is not easy, and sometimes the other side can be equally as nasty. So there is two sides to these situations, and how it's also felt on the other side, more so knowing that often the power dynamic, often than not, is very much different. I will rest my case for now, but we'll always tap into that as we go.
Thank you, Mark. And I think it's really good to have you, Mark, because we're hearing the other side of the, of that. When parents have been asked to leave the home, leave the children, or leave the child, and having that perspective as well, or somebody who felt that they should have been given more, opportunity to have a say and also impact in the child's life. So let's go to the next question. The next one is, what are some practical, easy to implement strategies? Because we want to really move on from what we feel and what we can do now. Or tips that you would recommend to single parents for finding, because we're talking about harmony and managing stress on a day-to-day basis. So be straight to the point. Strategies. Okay, let's start with Lady T. One strategy that you want to give us. One each. You're mute.
I think for me, apart from, having a faith is a massive, massive benefit in terms of being able to tap into the strength on a daily basis, to strengthen you, to do what you need to do, and to get on, to put on a brave face for the children, to be strong for them. Because at the end of the day, I just saw a chat here saying that we kind of like are focused more on the parents and not the children. At the end of the day, if it takes a sound and an emotional stable parent to raise a sound and emotional stable child, and it might look like, okay, the focus is on the parent. Yes, my children are going to reflect how I show up. So how I show up to them on a daily basis is very, very important. Not that I am going to be pretending and hiding my emotions, that I'm a super mom, but at the end of the day, like we all have alluded to, we created this mess. We're not going to drag them into it. We're not going to make them start parenting us, start babysitting us, on a daily basis, giving us the tissue, passing the, yes, there will be the times when they would see our vulnerability, but that has to also be under control. They need to see that mom is real, dad is real, this is all real for us. But at the same time, we're parents, we're supposed to be reflecting and showing an example in terms of how to self-regulate. And obviously a lot of those things you can't really give if you don't have that inner strength. And for me, what has been central to this whole journey is my faith, is my walk as a Christian, on a day-to-day, being able to get that grace from God to see me through. So because you said one, I'm just going to stop there.
Wow.
Yes, I will stop there. I think
if we eat everything in January, what are we going to eat in February,
Absolutely.
March, April,
Yeah.
June?
Because what I want to say in regards to that is that for me, it was no longer Toro trying to make things happen. It was a partnership that I entered into with God in terms of my faith. So on a day-to-day, I'm partnering, and who best can I partner with? Friends would only try, siblings would try, everybody would try, but they would leave me and go. But this is one solid person that would never ever leave, and that would strengthen me and comfort me in a way that nobody else will. So that's been the pillar for me in terms of strategies on how to cope. So if you have a faith, I don't know, whatever your faith might be, but people have it in, whatever, but your faith, having that sense of faith helps to ground you. All right. For me, that is what my faith has done on this journey. It has grounded me. So even though, yes, I'm being buffeted in different directions, I'm still able to keep my head above waters and still be smiling.
That was Lady T for you. Now, next, Mark, are you ready? One. I'm picking Mark now. One. And hi, Maria. Hello.
Hola.
Pick one only. You're mute. You can unmute yourself. Okay, we'll ask Release. Release ready. One Release. Pick one on the list.
One. There's you, but I think for me, a tip is to remember that you are not a superwoman or a superman, because when a relationship breaks and you're the sole parent, you're the father and the mother, vice versa, you want to do everything perfectly. And when because of the guilt of the situation that a child finds itself in, you want to do everything perfectly. The problem with that is that sometimes you can burn out quickly if you don't find a support within the community, get some resilience going. And like Lady T said, find something to hold on to keep you going. Otherwise, you're going to burn out. Yes, there are some days that you're going to feel, oh God. But you need to always remember that you are a good enough parent, and that is, you're doing your best. And that child is fed, warm, and when they come at the end of the day say, I love you, Dad, or I love you, Mom, you understand that you are doing enough for that child. So that's my one thing. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Release. Can I ask a big favor to Joyce and Mark? Can we move on to the next question? I'll give it to Joyce and Mark. Is that okay, Joyce? Yeah? So Joyce, my last question is, in your opinion, how can local communities offer uncomplicated yet effective support to single parents? Are there any small-scale initiatives and gestures that can make a significant difference? I know you're in Canada, but is there anything that it's happening there that maybe we can, we might need to be aware of? And then I'll give it to Mark as well.
Yeah, like for me, I believe I don't know for UK, but I think if they can listen to their needs, like you can have a single mom, because I have a son who has disability. Sometimes they will they will present options, not for it will not fit all the ladies. It's good to to put money into the system, but if you don't know my challenges, like now I'm in university, I'm doing a part-time job in the hospital. Sometimes the shift changes, and I'm like as my community, if I get enough money, if I can take off from work without being penalized because I'm working for the government, if they can just put that window for me, they say what, you want to upgrade yourself, these are the options. So many of the ladies can follow through, because you will find a lot of single women, they are doing jobs that they don't like, and when they come home they are very miserable. And you will give me a check of 10,000 today, I'll tell you in less than 10 minutes I'll spend it, because I have stuff that, things that I want to do that are lined up. So I think they need to listen to the ladies, speak to them, a different category, different group. Go into the house, go visit them. I don't know if the social worker over there, they do it. Go spend even an hour, see how she's managing, and then they can, I think they are very educated. They can see from themselves, ask questions, and then implement whatever they can do to assist a single woman in their journey.
Okay, so basically do a bit of consultation, with those groups, and then assign the right resources in the right place. Is that what you say? Okay, yes. Thank you. That will be relevant for the UK as well, isn't it? Yeah. So Mark, to you?
Well, in the UK, there is this organization called Andy's Men's Club. And at Andy's Men's Club, what it is it was established off by a guy who lost his son. It was all through divorces and breakups and stuff like that, and he ended up committing suicide. And it turned out that one of the reasons that he had left was that he did not have a big enough network. He was not able to speak and talk to people. So following the death of this lad, his dad then opened up this charity. There is a few of them dotted about, and you can pretty much go over there. It's as it says on the tin, it's Andy's Men's Club. So it's very much geared up for men.
You're mute.
Sitting in a situation where you've got a few people going through the same situation and you're talking different strategies. I think there is power in talking. And as I was saying earlier on, that there's always this big stereotype of man up and stuff like that. Men don't cry, or you don't have to show your emotions, which I think not only from a male perspective, but then you then add on the cultural side of the African of it, or where you're also told to say you are strong and stuff like that. Just carry on with it. But I think if I did not have a go-to place, a ventilation place, and an ear to listen to, I think I would have been on a very different whirlwind. So I'll rest that for now, because there is a lot more that I can go into, but I'm cautious of the time, but to be continued. So yeah, I think talking, talk, and have that safe place where you can express your feelings, because it's okay to cry, it's okay to feel sad, it's okay to be happy. Yeah. So just on that, thanks.
Thank you for that information. I wasn't aware of that. I've noticed that, Victoria, you had your hand up for a while, so I don't know if you want to say something, or is it just by accident? Okay.
No, it's not by accident at all.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Yes. There's only, in response to question 1 and 2, really. Sorry to go back, Laurence. I know you were timing everything.
Okay.
It was just about, one of the important things is that's loss of self-identity. Like, my life is finished for the foreseeable future. prioritizing the children's needs now because there isn't another parent to, there's a gap and you have to do double job. So you lose yourself in terms of what your dreams were, what how you view, having these children, how it's going to be your future. So I think, and in response to this, of course, it can create emotional problems, mental health problems, because nobody listens to you. It's only about the children now, only about the practicalities. So I think in response to that, one of the things that helped me a lot was the continuing professional development. So growing alongside the children, going to a course, having the hope that I'm going to complete this course, I'll have a job, the kids will grow up at some point. There is future for me as well. So you're not just bringing up these kids, you're growing yourself up alongside, and having the faith, which I think we mentioned about the faith in God, is also the faith that I will achieve, I will overcome, and I will become something alongside the children. So that was one thing I wanted to say.
Thank you. Maria, do you want to say something? I can see, your body language, like you want to say something. I can't.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, very well.
Okay. In my case, I wanted to say that I realized a bit late that I needed to look after myself more than anything else. I was so focused on my children, and then I started having panic attacks and anxiety attack because I was so focused on them, I forgot about myself. And I realized that was the main thing, to do yourself so you're strong enough, mentally, physical, to support them, and emotionally to support them. And because my parents got divorced when I was 13, I didn't want them to go through what I went. And my worries were their mental breakdown, like when they're in their teens and they're meeting their boyfriends, girlfriends, they got the peer pressure, and they don't have that father figure. But in my case, I've been quite the father figure even when I was married, so they didn't have much difference on that. But I did realize like 2 years ago that I wasn't looking after myself, and I'm trying to be a bit selfish now. And you feel guilty, but then it helps because they can tell you are happier and you like more motivated to do things with them, and you just come across differently that you don't realize, but they can see that. But it's hard. It's very hard.
Yeah, but you've done well. I've known you for years. Thank you. Yes, I can see that. So, I mean, all of you, you're all glowing for some reason. So, I hope you don't need to be a single parent to glow, do you? And then come out of it. But some of you are not single anymore, but you're still glowing. So let's not just wait for anything. Let's just glow together at some point. So, number 4, our last question, and then we give everybody the floor to just, open up the camera and just speak whatever they want to say, and just share with us anything else. So the last one is we are not focusing on supporting single parents. What simple self-care practices, we have to pick one each, one simple self-care practice or routine would you suggest for single parents to prioritize their well-being in the challenge, among all the challenges they face? So pick one please each. And we have enough time for 1 minute each. I think we can do that. We start with Maria.
Okay. I will say to have a hobby, anything, doing jigsaws or going out for a walk to the park with friends or goes for coffee, just something you enjoy doing it and you got a routine. So your children are aware of that, and because they also worry about you. Okay. So it's good for them to know.
What's your hobby, Maria, if I may ask?
I like meeting people for coffees. I really like a good talk. I don't even talk about me, but I listen to friends and help them as well. So
okay, good. Ronnie? No?
I think added to what Maria just said, having a hobby, some interest. As a counselor, I think is connecting with yourself, taking that time, because sometimes when the children are screaming, you sit there and you feel completely lost yourself. I think it's just taking the time to breathe, meditation, something that you can do to reground yourself and find yourself again, and just take that 5-minute time out before you go back to the children and go back. Yeah, otherwise, like I said, burnout, issue with mental health will happen quite quickly when you're a single parent struggling and being extremely stressed.
Thank you for that. Lady T?
Yeah, just to add that, I mean, the fact that self-care would always be an intentional act, because for all of us, juggling everything in the amount of time you have, almost kind of like the last person you remember is yourself, and you just give and give and give and until you're empty. So I think I put a quote there to say self-care is one of the active ways that I love myself, when you can and as you can, in ways that feel loving. So whatever is loving to you. And for me, I realized, because I couldn't even go to the gym, I would like to go to the gym and get fit and do all the stuff. I realized I couldn't even do that. So I would soak myself. So my bath, having a soak, in the bath, was one of the ways that I kind of like just did something that was good for myself. All right. So you just, everybody's in bed, just run your bath, forget about the money. I'm a firm believer that, you know what? Hey, Anglian water, I am worth this.
Anglian water is how do you call it? How do you call it again? Because she doesn't know, she's in Canada. What's Anglian water? Can you describe what it is?
Oh, it's the water company.
Supplier, water supply company.
Okay. All right. So I think that's just very practical, because you don't necessarily have to leave your house, because sometimes it might be difficult to leave your house. And sometimes, whilst you're doing it, I'm playing my favorite music, and you just kind of like create a little spa for yourself there, and just watch all your worries and your stress just melt away. And, just make it special. Put a bit of candle, and just, you're worth it. And I think it's just realizing that I'm worth it. And like somebody said, I think it was Maria, if you if you don't take care of yourself, you're going to burn out. You're going to keep giving from an empty cup, and nobody wants to receive from an empty cup. It's just no. So yeah, love on
yourself. And give yourself a meaningful title like Lady T, not just T. Lady T. Okay. Mark, to you, sir. We listen to you. Have you got anything better to give us from Lady T?
Indeed, on to Maria, Lady T, and everyone else, that self-care and self-love is absolutely, paramount, because you cannot give what you don't have. So if you don't have love for yourself, how are you able to love or care for your kids when you don't have it within yourself? So I think it's about finding that within yourself, your hobby, finding things that you enjoy. I love going to the gym. I love traveling, and whenever it's my weekend off, like tonight, I'm being a part-time dad. It's not my weekend on. I'm going out for dinner with my friend, and that's it. Let my hair down, though I don't have much of it, but it's definitely about finding that right balance within yourself, because everything all starts from within. So yeah, that's always the best way. I think.
Keep smiling. Yeah, you keep smiling, man.
Yeah, keep smiling. Keep smiling.
It's contagious. Yeah. It's contagious, isn't it? Okay. Joyce, to you, and then Victoria. I haven't forgotten about you, Victoria, even if your camera is off. So Joyce, to you.
Yeah, for me, self-care, I think everything I've been said. I'll add give back. You get a lot of joy in giving back. I'm working with my own foundation, and I discovered that you will always find someone that has less than you, than what you have. And I'm working with single mom in my home country in Congo. It's just amazing how a $10 you will give someone, the way they will be appreciative. So that just really give me a very positive attitude, that in the little I have, I can still make a difference in someone's life. And also I have a careless mentality now. Regardless of what you will do, someone will judge you. So I'm when I go out there, I'm happy about myself. I'm if my dishes are they are saying that they are not done, it's okay. I can wake up, the clothes are piling up. I'm it's okay. Life goes on. Nobody is waiting to see our house is perfect. I'm okay with myself. What I can do today, I do. What I can't, tomorrow is another day, by God's grace.
Yeah, we have two hands, not three, isn't it? And
yes.
Joyce, I was going to say, can you share the information about your foundation? Because some people will be interested. And what's the name again? Can you remind us the name and what it means quickly?
It's Mimosa Foundation. I'll put the website on the chat.
Yes, please. It's a flower, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, mimosa is a flower. Like the idea behind it is like, you know, it's a very sensitive flower. So you will touch it. So like the idea behind is like, you know, some people that have sensitive situation, you need to know how to approach it. Because if I give you $10 and I take a picture of you, you might not like it. So we need to be very careful the way we approach people, because everybody has like very sensitive. That's why I choose that flower. Okay,
Thank you. And that's why I choose you guys as my panelists, because I'm very selective and sensitive. Victoria, to you?
I'm so sorry. I can't really respond, Laurence.
Oh, it's okay. We understand. But don't worry. We share your answer. We share with the group at next time. But all I want to say is, like, we've asked all our questions. I'm going to go through quickly what the chat, if there's any extra question from the chat. I know Mary Lou's been very active, asking questions and commenting. Thank you for that, Mary Lou. There was one question that you asked. I'm going to pick one. She said, having been single parent and receive support in your journey, has that shaped your support now? No. Is that, no, what was that? Has that shaped who you support now? Do you pay it forward in daily life today? Okay, so she wants to say that you receive support in that journey. Are you also giving back? Anybody wants to answer that? One person.
Yeah, I think I would answer. I think when I started out, support was very limited, very, very slim. And that actually was what gingered me. That was the birth of the Whole Woman, which is the charity organization that I'm a visionary of, because I realized there was very little out there, and especially for people within your community and also even within the Christian faith. And so that was how the ministry was birthed. So there was very little support. So from the encouragement and the support that I was getting from my work with the Lord, I then began to, give out and give back to others. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to respond. There's somebody who said, thank you for that, lady. Who said, interesting that the panel focus on parents and not the child or the children as a primary focus. For a change. I don't know who said that because I'm not giving the name. But this particular project, we, for once, focusing on parents. If you heard what these parents have said, there has been a lot of support already, or rather focus. These parents particularly have already gave all the focus on the children. And we want to shift, the focus for once on parents and hear what they have to say by themselves. But it doesn't mean that children are not important, because somebody has said, you can only give what you have. So if these parents are doing well and we can help them, we can support them, we relieve stress from them, and that's the topic of the project, then they're in a much stronger position to be there, fully aware, fully supportive, fully present for their children. Yeah? But it doesn't mean that children are not important. If somebody wants to say something about children, all of us on this platform are parents, we want to listen. So whoever raised that, you are welcome to say something meaningful or something that you want to say. But children, we will definitely, consider that, because we are interested. Some of us here on the part of panelists are working with children already. So as professionals working with children, we know that, there's a lot of focus already on children. Am I right, panelists? Anybody wants to add to that, respond? Anybody want to respond on that person who raised that?
No, I think when there's separation, the focus is parents or whoever is left with the child is often judged by society. We've seen in the media that single parents are lazy. There's all type of label associated with single parent, and the damage that sometimes cause for people fighting to survive a situation. Parents are going through psychological breakup, and they're struggling, and they're also trying to raise these children into responsible adult. And because the focus is usually on children, they forget the struggle that single parents go through in society, and that we have to hustle constantly to I'm gonna say to stay alive, because it's hard. It's really, really hard to be in that position. There's a shame because the relationships break down, there's blame, and there's questioning, loss of self-esteem. So talking about the challenges that parents face is quite important. It will also help other parents going through that. Sometimes when you're going through something, you feel alone, completely alone, because you're being judged by friends and society, and you don't know who to turn to. So talking about it now will help other single parents going through the same to know that they're not alone, and there's support out there, and they can reach out to this organization to find a safe place where they can talk and go through and just know that they're okay.
Thank you. Joyce, to you?
Yeah, so, like I wanted to add as well, like since I have been divorced, I haven't really seen a lot of group. I don't know for the UK, but for me, I believe like listening to single parents, whether like a man or a woman, is really good, because like in a way you are supporting the children. Because if I'm not okay, I'm gonna be shouting in the house like all the time, because like this platform is really helping the kid, because just to to know there's a platform sitting there listening to me just for like 1 minute, I feel valuable to contribute in the society. So it's really this is really important, because we don't see that alone. Single women are seen most of the time, especially in the immigrant community. They see you coming looking good, smelling good. Oh, is she going to steal my husband? Like, why is she looking so good? Is my husband going to compare her to this one? So you kind of have to look sad for them to say, okay, she needs support. But even when they support you, they'll put like you can feel like you are not welcome here. They'll give you like a certain distance. So this platform is really good.
Thank you for that. We won't go any further, but if there's anybody in the audience, people who are there who want to say a word, you don't need to show your face, because we do respect confidentiality. Some people are not confident; they don't want to be seen now, or they want to talk another day. But if you want to say anything, you're welcome before we end this meeting. Anybody?
I want to come in. Thank you very much, Laurence. Obviously, I couldn't just attend and not say anything. I think it's really great discussion, and I think those type of discussions have been very much needed. I find that even when you have a group that says single parents, we start going into boxes. Just quickly, if somebody, like we all here, and then tomorrow we are one of us is diagnosed with a terminal disease. That person, now all the joy finishes, and we start focusing on that alone. And I think we need to try and not behave according to the labels that society gives to us. What is a single parent? It's an individual, like myself, like you. So not because your circumstance, don't let that label, dictate how you should be seen, engaging. I think also often when we have something like a diagnosis, we go into a hiding, we go into ourselves. Meanwhile, we need to seek out the right people. So I think I think some of this has come out. So I think for me, it's about, the takeaway was, don't let society define that how you should behave. Seek out the right people. Self-develop. I love the thing about as you develop your children, you also develop yourself. Life has not ended, and there's no shame. I mean, being a single parent, obviously there's a lot of pain comes when a relationship ends and you feel a lot of guilt. But think about it. Even when you're in debt, for instance, there's a lot of shame as well. People have committed suicide because they can't feed their family. So every single situation, whether it's single parent and so on, has its own challenges. But let us not society put us in a box. That's my parting comments. And I really enjoyed the session, and thank you for the platform.
Thank you. And I just love the way Marilu said it, because she said, put us in a box. Marilu didn't mean that she's a single mother. She just meant that she's part of, the world. But she's a citizen. Am I right, Marilu? Because she's married with children. So some of us were children of parents who were single at some point. Some of them are children of parents who were divorced, who were married. Some of us are married or aspire to be married, or don't want to be married, but we are all part of this society, which is actually putting, you're right, Mary, to put people in boxes. But it's what we do with ourselves, which is more important, and not what people are saying about us. The reason why we actually pick this topic is because we realize that there are different pockets in this society that people have actually formed, and we have to identify who are these groups, what are they doing, is there anything we can do for this particular group that we have not named in society, and how we can work with them to shape up society. What can be changed? Let's try our best. From a small group, we don't know what's going to come up after this, progressively, and I hope it won't stop tonight. It will continue. Victor, I know you want to say something, but I will only give you a mic if you promise to speak only for 1 minute.
Yes, indeed, only 1 minute. So just the other thing I wanted to say, which we see a lot in social work, and I've experienced this, is something I regret not doing is trying to get the best out of the other parent, right? Sometimes you feel disheartened, or he doesn't want me, we're arguing so much, and you just let go. But actually, he is the other parent, or she is the other parent. You did have that child together. It's like a contract. Try to get the best support, the best for your children and for yourself, some space, and try to negotiate with the other person to get anything you can get out of them, which will help you as well, rather than going away, oh, it's over. That's the only thing I want to say. Thank you, Laurence.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Very, very valuable information. Thank you, panelists, and thank you for everybody who attended here. I really want to stick to time. That's me for you. And I just want to emphasize again on the platform represented here. It's Etiket CIC. You've seen our flyer, and you could also see that we have been sponsored by that's really bad. Community. Anybody help me? Mr. Guy Mbombo, help me.
African Association, is that the one?
They've supported us, but our main sponsor is Community Fund. Yeah, Community Fund, our main sponsor. So if you have your own project in the UK, you can also approach them. We're not going to hide them. They're there for everybody. Here, I don't know if you can see can you see that? No? Oh gosh. Can you see this?
No. Okay, yes, now we can see it. It was blurry.
Community Fund, they do fund project, and this particular project they are funding it. So we have our face-to-face, what I mean face-to-face, because coming out of post-COVID, we do a virtual meeting and also face-to-face. So we have a nice, lovely event that we want everybody to be there. Those who can, please come in numbers. I'm actually surprised that we're only 18, knowing the statistics. We know that the UK, there is, single parenting is not, uncommon. So really, for the 27th, if you can't make it, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And I'm expecting 50 from Mark, and if I'm expecting 50 from all of you, I think the room will not be big enough to contain all the people who attend. They don't have to be single; they just have to be human. That's what we need. We need human beings on the 27th of January. That will be at Leicester Community Center in Northampton, and the information is on the will be shared with you again. Now, if you want to join our next session, Zoom session, will be on Zoom again. And next will be next month, February. There will be another one. Please just send us your email address just now, and we will contact you specifically if I don't know you personally. If I know you, I will give you the details automatically. In May, we'll have the final big event. So if you have ideas, if you are a professional who want to provide your services that we can actually share with other people, share them with me. If you know somebody who works with parents, children, single, joint, whatever you call, different type of, send them this information to us. We will we do encourage networking. And thank you specifically for people who are not in the UK and managed to join. Joyce, thank you. We hope to see you again. Let it not be the last time, please. We need you. You're so, such knowledgeable lady, beautiful as well. Mary Lou, Tato, South Africa. We really want to see you again. Who else do we have? It's coming from outside. I think we have a doctor, Dr. Lokulutu. I don't know if you want to show your face. Are you there? Can you hear me? Dr. Lokulutu is he's coming all the way from the Congo. He's visiting the UK, and I was hoping he was going to say something. I don't know if he can hear me, but really, we thank everybody, each one of you, for making this time. And my last word with you will be, make your days count. So thank you all. Thank you so much. We hope to see you next month. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.